I am going to do something I'm not proud of. And we're going to read something. We're going to read something that I said I was going to read. I'm going to try my best, but I'm going to bring it up anyway. I'm going to bring up the thing. I said I would do this, so I'm going to do this. I want you all to remember this is by a person. This is by J Dragon. This is his J Dragon Story Corner. He is paid. I want you all to remember this. He has 800 subscribers at $500 a month, so it's 800 times 5. 800 times 5. He makes $4,000 a month minimum from this. That's something that you, me, and everyone around us must understand, that Jay makes $4,000 a month minimum from 2 stories he wrote at the beginning of the year that you must pay to actually access. We have one. I'm just going to read the one. Because that's me. Because I'm not a horrible human being. And I want to make sure that we all are on the same page when I'm reading this. Because sometimes we cannot have nice things. Did I subscribe to get this? No. I do not support Jay. I don't think anyone should support Jay. However, I am someone who is very amused by this entire prospect because I am a fucking horrible human being who hates everything. So I'm just going to leave this here, and we are going to read to the best of our abilities. To quote the name of the book, this is the story. This is the story here. We are going to read Digital Faggot Suicide Heaven by J Dragon. I'm just going to leave that up here. I want everyone to remember this is by him. And I think that is something very amusing. So in case you ever want to be like, Notepad, you can't read this, understand eternally that I am doing this for you. So, get ready. I've got my peak? No. Remember, this is $4,000. Suspiciously with 800 subscribers and not one more or one less. So, I've got my Seagrams here. Now, originally, I was going to put down Hey Kid. Now, before I go into this, I need to explain Hey Kid real fast. This is Hey Kid from Yazibas. This, I want everyone to remember, is J Dragon's OC. This is his personal OC. This is the original outfit of Hey Kid. His personal OC. J Dragon, personal OC, is this child right here. As we are reading this, I want you to keep this child, who is noted to be a child repeatedly, in your mind. I want you to remember this. This is very, very important. It really gets the correct feelings going. So I have my drink right here. I'm going to try my best to get the most accurate thing. If anyone has any questions or concerns, feel free to tell me. I'm going to mark this. This would be 56. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, go. Eternal, sensual, procedurally generated bliss. I lay in the arms of a cat-girl goddess who was me and also everyone I had ever loved. 1,000 empty, beautiful, too-wide, sexy smiles and 10,000 fingers cradling me in a sea of tendrils like an anemone made of my own flesh, reconfigured into raw sensation, deep dream perfection, my body endlessly shaking as waves of feathers warping frogs wove in and out of the pleasure centers of my mind, a sea of algorithmic dandelions orgasming as, wake up. Fuck. I tried to stop the stranger from unplugging my headset, but my arms were too weak. There was a disgusting click as the torpor syringe unhooked from the base of my spine. I shuddered as the stranger brute forced the plasma LEDs from my mind, forcing me to look away from the timeless grandeur of content apiosis and into the miasma of the real. We were lucky we found you. Your IV tube and catheter were both loose. Another day, and you would have starved to death. I rubbed my eyes, wiping blood and gunk where their screen arrays once met my exposed skull, and tried to focus on the stranger in front of me. He was dressed in simple green clothes and associated with a digital render fit, while the cameraman behind her wore 3D printed black knurls befitting his role. I'm sure on the playback she would look beautiful, but from front of me, all I could see was the motion-tracking dots and camera rig. I was suddenly aware of my own nakedness, my frail, bloated body poisoned to the fluorescent glow of the camera guy's flash. I tried to talk, to explain of course my IV tube was loose. I was trying to fucking kill myself, and you ruined it for me. When my throat was so sore that all I could whisper, "Are you really filming me?" She smiled and tossed me a blanket. It was heavy and miserable on my sweaty skin. Content is content, babe. I can't go around saving people's lives for free. How long has it been? 3 days, so far as I can tell. Your Alexa... Let's fucking go! Your Alexa thought you were dead, but your socials were still active, so I figured you were rot maxing or something. Rot maxing. I can do this. You broke into my apartment? I pulled my legs underneath the blanket, cradling myself when the last vestiges of serotonin leaked out of the access ports on my neck and shoulders. Obviously, you'll get a cut of the ad revenue to repair the lock on your door. I'm sure your landlord won't mind. I was right about her makeup. When I watched the video on her feed a week later, the digitally rendered outfit she wore was stunning. She looked like a goddess of light, entering into my squalid apartment and beneficially saving me from the pit of my own filth. Her editor was kind enough to touch me up a bit in post, at least grant me the moment of my failed suicide by algorithm, a particularly martyred style, like a Renaissance-era saint splayed out of bile-soaked bed sheets. Most of the comments were just people talking about what a sad man I must be. I never got a cut of the ad revenue. I thought the worst part about suicide would be that you still have to go to work the next day. I was wrong. It even hurt more when my boss hadn't even noticed I was gone. So, that was Digital Faggot Suicide Heaven. We're gonna read the second one. Which is the that was Digital Faggot Suicide Heaven, unfortunately. Now we are going to read, if we go back to J Dragon's Story Corner, no thanks, The Quarry's Secret Name, or at least the second one of Digital Faggot Suicide Heaven. So, I'm going to keep it on this because this is the most interesting piece of artwork we have available, and we will continue reading. Yeah, let's do this. I can do this. I have, So the MC unalived themselves? No, he failed to unalive himself. Alright, so. The suit I wore to work was a 3D printed pile of garbage awkwardly sewn together by a primitive weaver bot with mesh holes that barely covered my undergarments. But the point was never functionality. It was a suit, which indicated I was male and fulfilled one of the requirements set down by my job. I clocked into work and the sun was rising, tapping 3 buttons in the app and waiting for my assignment. A red flashing pop-up alerted me that smog levels were dangerously high. I closed it without a second thought. Those alerts came up all the time these days. The app informed me there was a surplus of workers at the front desk, and I should wait in reserve for deployment. My job placed me in reserve every single day for the past 2 years. I've never actually worked at the front desk. It didn't even faze me at this point, just part of the process. Too many humans, not enough jobs. Federally mandated work opportunities were transparently a way to keep the populace from having enough free time to rebel, and at least I meant I never had to worry about another cover letter or job application. I walked to the fire escape, stumbled through the rows of identically lit hallways, and scanned my keycard to access my reserve room for the day. I sat down in my office chair and put my hands on the desk and stared at the white wall. A single neon light held the room in a perfect glow, eradicating shadows and forcing me to stay awake. It's bizarre how groggy I still was, even though it had been a week since the attempt. The sores around my eyes were doing better, the bandages only needing daily changing. The bag of lozenges I got same-day delivery had helped my throat. My spinal ports were still raw, but every digital junkie and her mom had a spinal port these days. I didn't care about the pus. The suicide attempt gave me a UTI. I have you know that I bought the cheapest, shittiest liquor I could. This is Seagram's American Blended Whiskey. I'm fucking raw dogging this shit. Okay. Do this. Let's do this. Let's fucking go. The suicide attempt gave me a UTI. How embarrassing. I traced the cap of my bottle of synthetic cranberry juice sitting at my desk. Another small rebellion. It sat underneath the faded poster for corporate policy. No food, no drinks, no phones, no bummers. My boss only followed those on technicality, and the only time I ever got into trouble for it was when I wore honey perfume to work, and the security sensor detected a new smell and reported me to my supervisor. Detection software was garbage, an easy trick as long as I avoided loud sounds, sad faces, and perfume. 3 hours passed by and I was bored of endlessly scrolling through muted videos on my feed. My eyes burned from the LED lights, harsher and less forgiving than the soft pixel glow of apotheosis. Retina arrays needed to be soft because they were designed to be extensively used. Hello, Manly. Sorry, this is just a weird way. Retina arrays needed to be soft because they were designed for extensive use. But out here in meat space, all the screens were built for cost efficiency and brightness, two traits which combined to give me a miserable, clawing headache. My phone dinged. Fuck! I set off notifications off before the sound sensors in my office space noticed there were unexpected high-volume noises. I waited a few minutes to check the text. Hey Lizzie, heard you didn't unlive yourself. Yourself. I want everyone to know that that is how this is spelled. Hey Lizzie, heard you didn't unalive yourself. Yourself. Saws BB. Sorry, breaking from regular content. So let's go back to the look. Saws BB. I groaned and pressed my phone against my face. I pulled myself up and typed out a quick reply. At work right now, but yeah, I fucked up and got mined for content. Did you see the vid? Looks like to be like I think a failed heart emoji. The text wouldn't send until I removed the curse word from it. I couldn't stand the new child-friendly locks. I could turn it off in my settings, but it would probably just reset or shadow ban me on the next update. It's easy enough to get around. Why are there child-safe locks? No. Let me just... Let's fucking go! The text itself wouldn't send me to remove the curse word from it. I couldn't stand the new child-friendly locks. I could turn it off in my settings, but it would probably just reset or shadow ban me on the next update. It's easy enough to get around. Do this. LMFAO, I love the vid. You look like a Marat. Death of Marat.w.webp. She sent him a WebP file. A fucking WebP. Oh, God. Tra/ni Marat. Your girl is finally getting famous. NGL kinda sexy. Thinks. It took Ricky another 20 minutes to reply. She was at her own job right now, dropping packages off at people's house. It was odd. The jobs that couldn't successfully be automated. The only position which truly required a human touch were the endless sea of delivery people. That's incorrect. It turned out manipulating a human body was cheaper and more effective than teaching a drone how to navigate cramped skyscraper alleys. The human mind was effectively already ready built to traverse strange lands. We lost so much, but we kept our mailmen. Want to go to function tonight? What function? The immortality event. It'll be hot. Another one of Ricky's weird meat space parties. I grimaced and put my phone away to stare at the featureless white room. Vague synaptic memories of the impossible heights of sexual gratification danced at the edge of my mind. Some parts of me felt it was stupid to waste my time at a bar getting drunk and fumbling every conversation instead of just, I don't know, actually. I tried to kill myself. I failed, and no one gave a shit. I walked out of the precipice of creation where reality itself broke down and started an undulating enormity of the post-singularity digital god, where thousands screaming choirs belted to every wavelength and all symbols connected together in a swirling pit of my own systematically rendered subconscious, and then came back to work the next week like nothing ever happened. I still have your address. I pressed my phone against my forehead. I shouldn't be doing this. Part 3. Long after the screams swapped from their daytime modes to night, Ricky and I took the subway from her apartment to the club. I was wearing my little red dress, one made from real fabric I ordered off Amazon. This shit is like drinking fucking lighter fluid. Let's do it! Okay, I'm fine. I'm drinking $12 Seagram's American Blended Whiskey. From the bottle, no less. I need to get the full experience. He's gonna be literally on fire. I've got about 3 shots. I'm about four shots in. Four full shots in. So I'm feeling good. And we've got half the thing to go. So let's keep going. Long after the screens swamped from their daytime modes to night, Ricky and I took the subway from her apartment to the club. I was wearing my little red dress, one made from real fabric that I ordered off Amazon on a whim when I was trying harder to present as a woman. Ricky was fantastic. A silver sequined? Are you taking a shot when? I'm not taking a shot when anything. It's just I'm just drinking anytime I feel misery. Ricky is a fantastic. A silver sequin dress and with a suit jacket and a chatelaine. And a chatelaine bearing her faggot click trophies and crest. Now, I want you to all remember this. This is important. I'm bringing this up for this is legitimately what is written in this story, bearing her faggot click trophies and crests. So I'm just bringing that up there for posterity's sake, to keep things as whole as possible. This is actually what it is. This is in the book. You can see it. That whole world was never something I could dig into. Countless subgroups of queer community and identity that I never managed to keep track of. Each faggot clique had their own traditions and from the dawn of the internet, and moving between them was a badge of honor. I never really got the appeal. Ricky had been programming with her vape, but had already dreadfully sober as we walked together through the nighttime midst of the club. Her reflection was beautiful in the orange and blue screens around us, the light catching her jawline and playing with the glitter on her cheekbones. She painted a series of black moles along her cheek, forming the constellation Orion. We asked her what she always insisted on moles were real, and at the moment of beautiful serendipity. Orion was a hunter, you know. I've always been good at catching my prey, was what she would say if she wanted to fuck you. She never played that game with me. I watched her paint her moles on, but I could never believe they were real. The reality never mattered. It was as long as they were real for as long as Ricky needed. Oh, fuck me, I'm feeling good. The club's name was The Left Shark. The Left Shark? Oh, Jesus fucking Christmas Christ almighty. Oh, fuck. Let's do it. Club's name was the Left Shark, some reference to some reference I could never keep track of. There were a dozen bars with names like these scattered across Olympia, founded by faggots at the turn of the century who have managed to last even the rest of the city fundamentally changed. If you bought property before the Pan-Pacific megacity formed, you are incredibly wealthy now. The fags who founded these bars probably retired to a synthetic beach in Reykjavik decades ago. Reykjavik? Reykjavik? Reykjavik. Alright, we're going to fucking Iceland now. But their corpses were still funneling capital into their Icelandic bank accounts. Huh? I heard the owner of this place hadn't even been to the Left Shark in 30 years. Landlords can afford digital preservation, while the rest of us turn to... I touched the scar from my VR stoma to my stomach. Ricky could probably tell I was lost in thought. She wasn't really the feelings type. She didn't know what to do about my suicide, and she certainly wasn't going to start knowing now. She grabbed my arm and dragged me past the Antifa security guards through the age check scanner into the teeming crowd. It was like a bucket of cold water in the face. She grabbed my arm and dragged me past the Antifa security guard? What? Antifa security? What? Huh? Ah, fuck me. I'm gonna... Hallelujah, lolly. Ah. Feel God. Feel great. I could do this. Yes, I can. I am great. I am a hero. Through the H-check scanner and through the teeming crowd, it was like a bucket of cold water in the face. Light was red. The crowd was reduced to formless colors, bodies, and signs. Art horrors with cigarettes and sunglasses loomed at the edge. Neon sexy holograms mingled with real-life flesh fuckers. Ricky pushed past an industrial butch flirting with a doll-e core femme? Doll-e core femme. What? What the fuck? No, that doesn't... No. That's real. You can see that right fucking there. No, fuck me. Yeah, let's do this. Too many fingers was always the tell for that particular subculture. To place an order at the bar, shoving a booze fountain soft drink into my hand what tasted like wet bread and rat poisoned. I downed it all while the world spun around me, sneering art horde with cigarettes and sunglasses. Already used that before? Man, we got a lot left. I'm gonna be feeling shit tomorrow. My eyes kept coming back to them. It was hard not to repeat myself. For even though the room was small, I was captured entirely by the dizzying reflections. Ricky was busy flirting with a ghoul slut wearing clown makeup at the console table. Ricky was I want everyone to remember that enough. Ricky was busy flirting with a ghoul slut wearing clown makeup at the console table. I could smell puke on the floor. Puke on the floor again from my own lips. Faggots with cigarettes, one hand on my back, pushed through a crowd. Sorry. I fell into the bathroom. I had pulled myself into the sink, cold water on my face, weird scratch LED lighting. Suddenly, quiet. I was able to breathe again. My lungs singing, another splash of cold water hit my face from my hands. I returned to myself. My vision became clear again as I stared into the grimy fag pit bathroom. Into the eyes of a queer currently getting his pussy eaten directly behind me. Into the eyes of the queer currently getting his pussy eaten directly behind me. Oh. I am immortal! I am immortal. I am a hero. I am hero. Into the eyes of Queer Colonel getting his pussy eaten directly behind me. Oh fuck! I turned around and apologized before realizing that would only make things worse, and turned back to the mirror. I couldn't help but study him. I didn't know anyone was in here. Baby, calm down. That's the whole point. He was sitting on top of the grimy air pump, his hands tangled in the hair of some lesbian in between his thighs. He had that retro aughts smoky eye and bright pink lip gloss that popped against his curly blonde cherub hair. He was shirtless save his silver harness, which framed his intentionally botched top surgery scars. No one had those scars these days. That didn't stop trannies from keeping them anyway. I want everyone to note that's a line in this fucking story. I can do this. I want you all to type in, we can do this. We can do this. I am hero. I am a hero. I can live. I am alive. I am alive. I don't get it. One of the things about one thing I've learned, I learned this actually from, and this is a reference, TSL, Thirsty Sword Lesbians. So if anyone's here, Thirsty Sword Lesbians actually had a. We're taking a small break. I just want to do Thirsty Sword Lesbian. Thirsty Sword Lesbians had gay lords. And in gay lords, they don't actually show them. I pop up, however. Gay lords is actually fairly unique because it actually has a section where it's trying to reclaim. Or it's trying to reclaim the concept, you could say, of slurs. And they say, hey, by saying slurs, we are reclaiming them. We are reclaiming them. It's a powerful statement saying that we are the ones doing things. We are hero. You know, it's just like, hey, we're reclaiming slurs. Hence why in the Thirsty Sword Lesbians, published by Evil Hat, written by Lucius Kahn, Gaylords actually has the term fagtions in it. They are very aggressive using that. Even the term queer has been kind of turned into something positive, but you can use it in a negative context. Saying like, I support queers is very different than fucking queers. That's kind of the idea. It's a very different way of the English language. I believe Jay is trying to use... Are we getting a read? Yes, we are getting a read of Digital Faggot Suicide Heaven. What Jay is trying to do is use the wording here as a method of empowerment, you could say. It's just he is the one willingly saying it, therefore it is justified. However, I want everyone to note that didn't stop trannies from keeping them. That's just a word that we have to word. That's just something we have to acknowledge is real. It's really loud out there, I stammered, looking into his eyes through the grease-stained mirror. It's okay. Breathe. You reached out to play with the hem of my red dress. You've been online a lot, haven't you? I nodded and he turned to me with one hand. He traced scars around my eye socket with velvet fingers. My heart stormed. He had scars too, I noticed. Hidden under a layer of foundation, but present. People only ended up with scars like that if they spent a long time in the simulation. We stared into each other what felt like a century. It was quiet here, save for the moment, the surge of pleasure that coursed through his body from the lesbian between his legs. This is the second time we've talked about the lesbian between his legs. I didn't mind. Her presence made my heart louder. Can I kiss you? Yes. And I was gone in his arms. My red dress pushed down my shoulders. Goodbye, Manly. I'm sorry, Manly. I was gone in his arms. My red dress pushed down on my shoulders, my hand digging into the small of my back as he kissed me. His breath smelled like vape smoke and old French fries, and his tongue forced his way inside my mouth. Some small part of me was critical, but it was overwhelmed by lust. The lesbian underneath us dug her nails into my thigh, and the boy moaned into my mouth as he pulled me closer and closer to him. I don't know why why Jay keeps referencing that as the lesbian. Like, you're just the lesbian here. Like, there was someone else in the bathroom, but I couldn't see. They were lost to me. The brown stained tiles on the wall became the foundation of my temple. I grabbed the boy's harness, pushed him against the wall, and he slid 2 fingers into the access port on the back of my neck. I had never felt someone inside of me before. 2 soft fingers probed their way through the circuitry and musculature, fingering my spine with a combination of exploration and desire. That's horrifying, by the way. I want everyone to remember that. I melted into his arms as he slid his fingers in and out of the port, touching nerve endings, probing deep into the gaps between bones. That's horrifying. It hurt a lot, but I moaned anyway. It didn't feel good or bad, just strange. I wanted more. Felt some small metal part of me snap and pushed myself into him with renewed vigor as the lesbian underneath us slid underneath my dress and started... Oh my fucking god, I have... Okay. Give me 1 second. Let's fucking go! I am hero. It hurt a lot, but I moaned anyway. It didn't feel good or bad, just strange. I wanted more. I felt some small metal part of me snap and pushed myself into him with renewed vigor as the lesbian underneath us slid underneath my dress and started sucking on my cock with particular drunken force. I'm not sure I wanted her to do that, but it was beyond experience in the moment as the cherub boy finger fucked the back of my spine in a dingy bar bathroom. This is a fucking line in this. God. No, this is not my novel. This is not my fucking novel, Wuso. This is J Dragon's this is J Dragon's short story, everyone. I want everyone to remember that. Let your Discord status show you are streaming. It should show automatically that I am streaming, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it does show that I am streaming. Man. I can do this. I can do this. This is not supposed to be a war. This is J Dragon. This is J Dragon, writer of Yuziba's Bed and Breakfast, writer of Wander Home. No, we're doing this fucking live. Let's do this. I can do this. I'm fine. I came in his arms, blood and slime dripping from the holes on my back, my eyes filled with stars and soaring cherubs. 1,000 trumpets played the name of God. Okay. I'm gonna do this. That lesbian... Oh, here she comes. Watch out, boy. Here. That lesbian wiped my cum from the edge of her mouth. Her black makeup smeared so much that I could hardly tell it was there and kissed me deeply on the lips. The boy slid his cerebrospinal-soaked fingers along my neck and cheek, leaving my panting on my knees. I felt like I was praying to him. I felt like I met an angel. I wanted to fall in love with him. I wanted to be his wife, make him breakfast every morning, and greet him every evening. I want to sit under his deck when he streams and wash his clothes and be his world. I think I fell in love entirely with him as he clumsily, drunkenly wrapped his hand around the back of my spine. The boy gave me one last kiss, leaving lip gloss all over my face and neck before pulling himself away. I knew I recognized you. You were the guy in that video where that lady saved your life. I took a step away, bile rising in my chest. I pushed the lesbian out from beneath my legs and left the bar with my red dress still loose on my shoulders, shoving past sneering art horror, their e-vapes and sunglasses. I stumbled home, sober and lost, nothing clear, but everything cold. Mist rose from the subway grates as I passed them. My blood clung to my back, transformed to strange colors of the light from the endless screams on every surface. Advertising, melatonin, whiskey, another targeted insomniac marketing. I threw up in a gutter before getting to my door. Phoebe, where did you go? Bixt text me. Now. Wow, went home early. Oh, lol. Okay, word. I'll be gone for the night. I found a girl. Thumbs up. Ghoul, not girl. My B. Just do checked. Thumbs up emoji. I threw my phone across the room. I buried my face in my pillow and screamed as loud as I could, but nothing came out. I fumbled for my torpor syringe and augmented reality wires and almost wasn't able to fit them into their ports. More blood poured onto my bed as I plugged central system wire in, and its heavy circular slots almost didn't click properly. That idiot boy fucked up my sockets. It was fine though. I got it all to fit together, even if it took a bit of late night desperate fiddling with the back of my neck. I didn't bother with the IV tube, catheter, colostomy bag. I didn't care if I woke up in a pool of my own shit. Oh, Jesus. I grabbed the plasma rig from where that influencer left it and felt my skin sing and the metal harness slid gently onto my skull. I pulled my naked legs underneath the sweat-soaked blanket, took a deep breath, the syringe locked into my nervous system, and bore witness to the internal constructed dream. Allowing my mind to experience synthetically modeled heaven, a perfect visualization of my desires made manifest, eternal, sensual, procedurally generated bliss. I fell, and as I fell, my world became of light. I lay in the arms of Archangel Gabriel, a silver harness and golden curls, lock of hair. His cunt was beautiful. My fingers soared through the field of flowers as they entered and left. Okay, let's do this. I'm just gonna read this verbatim. I want you all to know. His cunt was beautiful. My fingers. His cunt was beautiful. My fingers soared through the field of flowers as they entered and left. Our lips locked. He kissed so perfectly and smelled of sweet grass and lavender. He entered my cunt with his tongue while he kissed me, sucked my dick, and gave me his love. He was everything, and he was me, and I was entirely within him, and I was the girl of heaven, the Virgin Mary, fucking my own self in a sea of screaming faces. We're gonna finish this. We're gonna finish this together, McDrew Salt. Sorry, you cannot escape. I was running through a hallway and his hands were pinning me and fucking me over and over while I barked like a dog. The bathroom mirror swallowing me whole as the hunter's spear pierced my side. I was a great bull and Ricky was a hunter and my blood poured down the back and I groaned and sobbed the secret language of the boars and I pulled my headset off my eyes. My fucked up back plug wasn't working properly. The lingering taste of boar's blood sat heavy between my teeth. Bleeding gums, I guess. Early morning sunlight poured into my walls, sea green. I had 20 minutes until I had to leave for work or waste another day on reserve. A notification sat on my phone, warning me I had reported for loud noise in my workspace. I screamed in frustration, my voice cracking and straining. Sounded like a girl. Eventually, I stopped screaming. I stared at the ceiling, fluids intermingling on my bed, thinking about how much I missed the taste of french fries and nicotine on my lips. That, my friends, was digital faggot suicide heaven. That was the entirety of digital faggot fucking suicide heaven, written by J Dragon. I love society. Every month he makes $8,000 off of this. $8,000. 8,000 United States dollars. What a beautiful, beautiful world we live in. He has 2 of these. He has exactly 800 subscribers entirely of his own volition and in no way some convoluted way to pay him money. Mind you, that is $4,000 minimum. He might be getting paid more than that repeatedly. In no way is it strange. He's got 2 words. He's got the Quarry's secret name and he's got Digital Faggot Suicide Heaven. Digital Faggot Suicide Heaven was his ultimate work. Art. And this is the writer of Yaziba's Bed and Breakfast. Everyone always remember that child right there is his personal OC, and everything you just heard should be taken as that. Jesus. Oh, God almighty. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck me. I am immortal. Yep, let's